You can find me on my website at www.blessedliving.org, and it's blessed-living. But tonight we're going to do our Monday meditation that's Reiki infused and celestially guided. And it's a time, tonight we're going to really balance our breath and try to find that balance within. Because the coming week may find us feeling pushed and pulled in many directions, and especially having some emotions triggered from the past. So a lot of unsettled energy this week that is going to provide an opportunity to find balance and peace within, while the outer world and our relationships might appear tumultuous and stressful. So I invite you to join me tonight with some deep breathing and relaxation to find that peace within. During the early parts of this week, you might find yourself being triggered by past experiences, what we call wounds or hurts from the past. And as the week draws to a close, it's going to be imperative to engage in a structured, with boundaries in place, conversations and dialogue to facilitate the healing and progress. Not getting stuck in the memories, but using conversation to move forward and heal. And then also we've got some eclipse energy coming in, which is going to also bring an awareness to your triggers. And I think it's a good time to embrace like effective communication. A lot of I statements, not blame, but this is how you felt. And moving from like the past wounds, but then also as things triggered you this week, finding inner balance at the time when those turmoils or conflicts might appear. So there's just a lot of energy this week, and rather than getting into the details of that, I just kind of give you a synopsis of what my interpretations are with some of the planets transiting and coming into different alignments with the other planets. So tonight, we're going to start with breathing, calm and breathing, and relax, and even just sit into some of the pain that you may have experienced in the past. Allow yourself to feel those emotions, because the only way to remove them or untangle them from ourselves is to feel them first. In my work doing energy healing, it's like when a client is feeling the emotions, we can start to work through them. We keep pushing them down, we're not going to get anywhere. It's just going to stay hidden and then pop up when you least expect it. So I'm stuffed up. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm stuffed up today, but we're still going to do some deep breathing and just taking in some deep breaths. Again, we're going to allow your belly to fill with air like a balloon. And then on the exhale, pulling your belly in and exhaling all the breath. We want our exhalations to be slightly longer than the inhales. And at the top of your inhale, we're going to hold it for a couple of seconds to let the oxygen infuse all the cells of your body. All right. So I'll just kind of lead it, but then you find your own rhythm. Okay. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Hold it. And exhale. Hold it. Breathing in. Hold it. And exhale. Allowing your mind to focus on your breath and becoming centered and focused just on your breath, letting everything else go, all the deadlines and errands, all of the emotions, just focusing on your breath. You feel your mind drift away, bring it back to your breath. The breath is always there with us. Think of it as a regulator. When it's fast and furious, your emotions are fast and furious. Slowing it down, deepening it allows you to slow down, allows you to become more rational from a centered space. Okay, now I'm going to get into some relaxation. I'm adjusting myself of my ankle. So if you're laying down or seated, we're going to start with the toes and move up through the top of your head, allowing your body to become still and relaxed. With eyes closed, recognizing your body where it's touching the floor or a chair. Starting at the tips of your toes, tops of your feet, soles of your feet, ankles, allowing your feet to become completely still and relaxed. Shins, calves, knees, hamstrings, relax. Allowing both legs to become completely and totally relaxed. Allowing them to become heavy. Feel like they're just melting into the earth. Hips, buttocks, tailbone. Totally focus on allowing the muscles in your rear end to just relax, become heavy, and melt into the ground or the seat. Hold more tension there than we're aware of. Lower back, middle back, space between our shoulder blades, and upper back. Relax. All the muscles along the spine, each vertebrae. Relax. Become still and just melt into the ground as if you're melting into a feather bed. Stomach, abdomen, all the internal organs, your chest. Your breathing may be shallow, that's okay. Allowing it to relax. Shoulders, upper arms, elbows, relax. Forearms, wrists, tops of your hand, palms of your hand, your thumb, each individual finger becoming still, relaxed. Just let it all release. Just releasing all the tension, all the worries, releasing it out. Your neck, your jaw, another place where we hold tension. Make sure it's relaxed. Stretch it. Let it drop. Cheeks, nose, ears, right eye, left eye, relax. The space between your eyebrows, your forehead, back of your head, and the top of your head. Becoming completely and totally relaxed. Allowing your body to release tension and become centered in this stillness. Just becoming heavy and connecting to Mother Earth. For the week ahead, remember how quickly we got to this place of being centered and relaxed. Allow one breath to take you back here. Allow 5 minutes to take you back here. Giving yourself the gift. And in this state of relaxation, I'm going to invite you into some healing. Invite you to visualize your heart as a jumbled mass of threads that represent your emotions. Your heart has memories. It has an electrical system separate from your brain. As you look closely at all of these threads of emotions in your heart, become aware of those threads that represent negative feelings, such as old hurts that you're still holding on to, or grief that you've been unable to express. Check whether some of the threads are now attached to people who have passed out of your life, to the experiences that are now over, and to objects that once caused you pain but no longer do. If your heartstrings are still attached to these people, experiences, or objects, decide to disengage from them. Picture yourself untying the knots one by one and letting go of their painful memories. Notice as you work on one knot how other threads occasionally become looser and then begin to unravel. Some threads may not even require you to untie them at all, and they may start to fall away of their own accord. As the knots release, feel yourself becoming more relaxed. Sense that you are mentally and physically less tied up in knots. We can start with the light ones, the simple ones. Detaching that thread and letting it go. Sending that energy away and releasing it. Thinking about the people that are no longer even part of your life anymore. They're just not, they're not around. But how much hurt is still there in your heart? Look at some of those threads and just let them go. You can use your breath. In your inhale, think of something. And as you exhale, letting it go. Threads that are tighter knots are harder to untangle. You might need to come back and do this again. If you're struggling with these knots, I'm going to invite you to chant Yam, which is the heart chakra. Giving energy to your heart to release. Yam. You can listen to me. I'm not a singer and I'm stuffed up. You can listen to me and just allow the energy of the heart chakra sound penetrate your heart as you work at releasing. Yum. 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 Another tool when you're feeling stuck at releasing and truly just forgiving because it's got you tied in knots. You just need to let it go. And sometimes we see that as forgiving. Another tool would be the Hawaiian prayer. I do not know how to pronounce it, and I do not want to desecrate it with my mispronunciation. And there's 4 lines. They can go in any order. They go generally like this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Maybe you need to forgive yourself and say the prayer to yourself. You can change the order. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. 4 simple words have a lot of power in them. Just going to hold this space. Tangling some knots, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, detaching from the emotions, people, places, and things that have caused pain. We hope that in place of this tangle, you may begin to see a more simple, positive pattern emerging in your heart. Repeating this visualization as often as is useful. And come back to it whenever you feel particularly tense and tied up in knots or free. Another visualization I'm being called to share with you is to take that and look at it. Pull that emotion, that hurt from your heart. Say the Hawaiian prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Love is the greatest power and restorer. It conquers all things. Then release it. Use your breath to release it. If it's a person still in your life or an object still in your life, bringing your hands to your heart center and releasing it back in with love. So today, with a calm breath, we're going to relax. And use that relaxation through the coming weeks. Remembering this moment to center yourself into your own love, centering in your heart center. And also extending that compassion and grace to others. Remembering we're all just trying to do our best. And the week ahead may bring some challenges with setting boundaries, navigating emotional triggers, both in our personal and professional lives. And for those in our 50s, sorry, that was me, Ken. Those in our 50s, this may be an especially either enlightening or painful week, where our Chiron wound is being activated through the return. Anyways, it is essential to recognize that you are in control of your energy. You are in control of what's happening here. And there are tools to help heal it and untangle that pain and to let it go. The more we hold on to it, the more our body suffers, the more our mind suffers. And it's very difficult to find happiness when we're holding on to that pain and grief. We're also in charge of our boundaries and our communications. So approaching others with loving communication, coming from a place of love, changes the whole conversation. In fact, you can also, before you have that conversation, namaste them. Wish them peace. Come from a place of peace as you communicate. And one last time, taking a deep breath and centering yourself. Finding that space in you of peace and compassion and love for yourself first and for others. May the sun bring you new energies by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away all the worries that you may have. And may the gentle breezes refresh your soul. In all the days of your life, may you walk gently through the world and know its beauty. You have been given the gift of a new day. Receive it and use it in a lifelong quest for knowledge and understanding that you are connected to your heart and your breath. These are your tools for centering and for life. Live deeply and live calmly. Namaste. You may take the time now to stretch your toes and your fingers, your legs and your back. Coming to a seated position or staying on that, laying down. We're ending our session, remembering to, I can't help it, what I taught my students all the time. We have a stimulus. I don't know if this goes, how this will work. Stimulus and a reaction. This might be backwards. But the key is to stop, breathe, and then allow your rational mind, not your emotional mind, your rational mind to think so that you can have a response rather than a reaction. And this might be backwards. But it's that deep breath that connects you to your center, gives your brain oxygen, and then communicate from love. And I think your week will go much better. There's just a lot of different energies at play this week, and some of our boundaries might be pushed, some of our past hurts will be triggered, and we're entering into this eclipse where we can find balance. And the more we're aware of what we're doing, the more we can enter into that energy for the eclipse in Libra to find balance between ourselves and our emotions. And then being able to move forward, progressing on this thing we call life. If you would like any services in astrology at this time, I'm only doing astrology. I would love to do a birth chart for you. Look at the transits. We can look at all of this energy this week and even the solar eclipse to see how that is impacting you personally. This is just a general overview. But how is it impacting you specifically? It'd be an interesting deep dive into certain aspects. So feel free to reach out to me on my website. There's a scheduling link there, and you can look and see what the offers are. And I did just add one about looking at your child's chart and how you can use your child's birth chart to help support them. As an educator, to me, the child's voice is the most important. So go in peace, serve your soul. And I would and source God. Namaste.